Hi, good evening. Okay, so let's get into our session. Let me share my screen. Okay. So I'll share. Hope you are getting my screen. You guys are able to see my screen. Perfect. So today's 19th. Okay. So we'll talk about WebDriver methods. What is WebDriver methods? Okay. So at first, so WebDriver is an interface that is a, please keep in your mind, in Selenium we have two kind of methods. First driver one is WebDriver, and second one will be the web element operational method. So how exactly we will implement these two, we will tell you that. At first we will check it the couple of WebDriver methods. Okay, so we have around 13 we have WebDriver methods. If we'll talk about driver methods, at first get method, get current URL, then after get title, then after get page source. Okay, then after find element, and then find elements. Okay, and then close and then quit. So these are all methods. So I will tell you each and every method how we can execute. Get window handle, get window handles. Okay, and switch to navigate, manage. So total how many methods here? So 13, right? Here total we have 13. It's 13 methods, right? Okay, so we have 13 WebDriver methods. I'll keep it 13 here. So WebDriver is an interface. Okay, so please keep in your mind that is what is WebDriver. WebDriver is a interface. Okay, now coming to web element operation methods. Web element operation methods. Okay, now click and then send the keys, clear get text, get tag name, okay, and get location is selected, okay, right, and is displayed is enabled, okay. So total here 10, right? Get attribute, okay. So total I have, so 10 element operational. So these are the web element operational methods and WebDriver methods. So capture the screenshot for this one. So we are going to learn whatever a Selenium perspective. So these are the methods. Mostly we will use these things. Okay. So total how many methods we'll see from the WebDriver methods? 13 WebDriver methods. So what is the purpose of these methods? Okay. So for every method there will be some particular purpose. What is WebDriver method and what is web element operation methods? So WebDriver methods, which is directly to communicate with the WebDriver methods. Whenever you find web element, so this click method, it will perform this click operation, send keys. Also, we will use to send the data. So clear means for clear use. Get text means get text. For any web element, tag name. Yesterday itself told a tag name attribute value like DOM structure. Okay, right? Okay. Now, particular element, if you wish to find the tag name and get the tag name, it will give you the tag name. Get location majorly will not use, is selected if elected or not for any particular element, that time you use, and then is displayed, is enabled, and get attribute. So basically it will add helpful for getting the attribute values. Is it clear? So these are the different operational methods, web element operational methods. Okay. So once we'll start with the Selenium, the first Selenium program, then we will use it. Get URL, get title, get date. So basically, get we will use to open any URL, right? Means any application URL. So get current URL, okay? Close. If you want to close that, you can use close. Get current URL means this get correct URL. Basically, we will use to return you the title. For getting my point, if you supposed to editing the www.facebook.com, you will get the current URL. It will return you the as well as. I'll show you how. And then get title. So basically it will use to get the title of the current URL. Okay. Then get page source. It will always give you the source of current load. Then find element. Okay. find element and find elements. You can see find element means if you wish to locate single element. Find elements means if you wish to locate multiple elements. Okay, that is the difference between find element and find elements. We can use separately find element and find elements. Depends on the requirement. So find elements automatically will help. Okay, find element. Then after close. So basically it will use to close the browser and quit. Quit also will be used to close all the browsers and get windows and get window handles. Okay, get window handle means for single window you can use get single window handling. For multiple windows you can use the get window that is used for multiple windows. Okay, multiple if we are using that, yes, multiple handles. And switch to, suppose if you wish to switch alerts, okay, and navigate, basically we'll use it to navigating that forward and backward applications. Okay, that kind of operations we will use this method. And the manage, specifically it will be used to manage a couple of operations. Okay, so these are the brief about a WebDriver methods and the web element operational methods. Okay, okay. So please capture this one, and then so here WebDriver will consider as some tool for automation testing web application, properly known as like a Selenium tool. It will different. It is used to different underlining frameworks like while Selenium RC uses JavaScript, Selenium core enabled within the browser, which has got some limitations. WebDriver interacts directly with the browser without any intermediately, unlike Selenium RC that depends on server. It is used to different kind of context like multi-browser testing include improved functionality for browsers which is not well supported by Selenium RC like Selenium 1.0, and it will handling multiple frames and multiple browser windows, pop-ups and alerts, complex page navigation, advanced user navigation such as drag and drop, okay, and Ajax based on UI elements like that. Okay, so WebDriver architecture also we have seen earlier web applications like Selenium WebDriver and the Selenium test. Okay, so we completed that architecture also earlier. And the Selenium first program probably will check by tomorrow. And commands send like I'll give you a small command and description also like driver dot get URL like that navigate to application, that kind of I will write here now. Now I'll do one thing. I'll write it in Excel sheet so that it will be okay. I'll write here. Okay, serial number, command, and description. These are mostly used commands. Okay, frequently used commands in WebDriver along with their syntax also here I am sharing. Okay, now Times New Roman is my favorite, so every time I will take that only. Now driver dot. Okay, forget about driver. What is driver dot? As of now, at the time of Selenium program, that you will understand. Okay, this is a basic syntax and description I am giving. And one more thing, guys, just a minute. I'll forget to tell. Okay, if you can see here, WebDriver method. Okay, so driver is a D. D starts with uppercase. W start with uppercase. Okay. Now coming to here, get is a lowercase. Immediately there is a parenthesis. For every method, you need to mention parenthesis. Now coming to here, get current URL. Every word get the starting will be in lower case, and after that C, if you can observe current, in that current C is uppercase, and URL under URL U is uppercase, like that. Get title, there is a uppercase in title. Get page source, here P and S are. For every word there will be a starting letter in uppercase, so please find that and remember that. While you are practicing, it will get you easily. Okay, just observe that difference also. So it is get window handle and get window handles. So this is for multiple, this is for single. Okay, if you can see here, W in uppercase. Okay, and handle and H start the uppercase, like that. Same in web element operational methods also. If you can observe here, send keys, K is in uppercase, and here get text. So if it having that multiple words, more than one word, then except that starting word, remaining words will start with uppercase. Okay, so remember that one. And parenthesis also mandatory. Okay, guys. Okay. Okay. Now I'll write here command and description def separately. Okay. So get URL. So it means to navigate application, an application, any application. Okay, that means here web applications. Simply to navigate to an application. Basically, you will use get. Okay, so here in bracket URL you need to mention here. For example, URL means if you want to navigate facebook.com, you can mention here facebook.com. Now second one, element dot send keys, input text, input, sorry, input text need to mention here. Now what is the purpose, what is the description for this one? Enter some text into an input box. So that is the purpose of send keys. Now what is the next one? I'll come to here. Element dot clear. Okay, so to clear the contents from the input box. For next, select deselect dot deselect all. Deselect all options from the input box. Sorry. From the select, from the delete all options from the first select on the page. First select on the page. Okay, and then next. So there is one more thing. Select dot select by visible text. You can enter some text. And what is that purpose? Select the option. Okay. And with the input specified by the user. Okay. So this is the purpose of select by visible text. Visible text means whatever you are able to see on that application. So based on that, you will select. Now. Next. Window driver dot like switch to from one window to like another window. How to use that? Driver dot switch window name. What is that process? Move the focus from one window to another window. Right? Now switch to frame to frame. Dot driver dot switch to frame name. Okay, so it will be like swing frame to frame. Now driver dot switch alert. Okay, switch alert here. So it will help handling alerts to helps in handling alerts, right? Now, so you need to remember all these guys while you are working with Selenium programming. You need to use all these program mostly. So methods, web driver methods, and web element operational. It is enough to work maximum work of your automation will be based on these methods. You need to remember, like you remember that Java syntax, like print first print statement. What is the system dot out dot println? What is the main method syntax? Public static void main. Okay, like that. So these are also like syntax for methods. There is a particular purpose for every method. Okay, so if we got a requirement, for example, you got a requirement like to open application. So to what is that syntax and method for opening driver dot get url. Okay, so like that depends on your requirement. You need to use that particular WebDriver methods. So for that reason you need to remember all these things. Okay, so it is not a difficult, but by practicing you will get easily, you will remember easily. Okay, now coming to, we're done with the switch to alert. Now navigate driver dot navigate like forward to navigate forward. Similarly, back also navigate. If you wish to navigate driver dot navigate back. Navigate back. Okay, and then close driver dot. So every time you are using driver, what is that driver? You are configuring like okay, Selenium jars and the Chrome driver jars also, right? So this is a web driver architecture. It will, while you are writing the driver, it will communicate with that driver to perform that particular method. Okay. Now driver dot close. Close the current browser associated with the driver. So that is the purpose of close. And then driver dot quit. Quits the driver and closes all the associated window of the driver. Okay, and then driver dot refresh. Refresh the current page. Okay, so these are the different kind of WebDriver method, mostly used WebDriver. I will share this in your group. Okay, So let's, guys, if you want to take screenshot, just take it. If you wish to take it, capture this one. I'll give you another 5 seconds. Please make it. Okay. So very, very important, guys. Please capture this one. Same thing I will share in WhatsApp group if possible. It is breaking here. Please have a look. For locators also, I'll share you few things like syntax for locators. We have seen that export like yesterday locating elements like, so here locators elements using WebDriver in perform with the help of like a find element and find elements methods provided by WebDriver and web element classes. For example, if you wish to find elements returns as a web element object based on specific search criteria, or ends up throwing an exception if it does not find any element matching that such criteria. If we are talking about find elements, returns a list of web elements matching that such criteria. If no elements are found, it will return an empty list. Okay, so there are a few list of all the Java syntax for locating elements in Selenium. So that also I will share here. So with that syntax, it will be very easy for you to remember. Locators uses by ID, by name, by class name, by tag name, by link text, by partial link text, by CSS, by XPath. Okay, I will give you that syntax also along with the description. So you are good with the WebDriver, right? User interaction also like a text button, radial button, checkbox, drop down key, like keyword, multi-select, find all links, keyboard actions, or will come in user interaction. Test design techniques, we have like a page objective that we will check it later. And then coming to TestNG, we have a TestNG annotations that also we will check. Okay, so as of now, I'll give you here. What should I give? I'll give that locators. Okay. Now, so most probably I'll start a Selenium program tomorrow. Locators. Locating elements in Selenium WebDriver is performed with the help of find element okay, find element and find elements. What are that? These are methods. Which methods? WebDriver methods provided by WebDriver and web element. I'll make it here like class. Okay, so that it will be understand. Now, I'll write something here. Find element returns a web element object based on specified search. Okay, it should be on particular specific search. Specified search criteria or ends up throwing an exception. If it is does not find any element that matching such criteria. Okay. And coming to find elements. Find elements returns a list of web elements matching the such criteria if no element or if no elements are found, it returns an empty. Okay, so find elements returns a list of web elements matching criteria. If there is no elements found while you are performing find elements, it will returns an empty list. Okay, so that is the difference between find element and find elements. Okay, so now coming to, so I will give the basic syntax for so I'll write here method and syntax, serial number, method, syntax. Okay, so please practice and remember, then only you will understand the programs. Okay, we'll write Selenium programs for all these. Before that, please make sure practice and try to remember. Now coming to find elements or find element like by id. Okay, element, sorry. Method syntax and description also required. And serial number, method, description. We'll write here. Syntax. Method. Serial number here. So method will be by id, by name, and then by class name. Okay, and then by tag name, and then by link text, by partial link text, and by css, and then by xpath. Okay, so these are methods. Now I'll write syntax for every method. So by id, so what is that syntax? Driver dot find element by id, element id, and close it. Now what's the description? I mean purpose of this? Locates on element using the attribute, sorry, using the id attribute. Right. So by id, you can write a syntax like this: find element by id. Okay, and then by name, just replace by id with the by name. That's it. Driver dot, sorry, driver dot find element. Okay, now here I'll write here driver dot find element. So here, what is that? Name, by name. So here in place of element id, just replace name. That's it. Now if suppose class name, simply you can replace class name by class name. Here also class name. if you supposed to find a element by using find class name, driver dot find element by class name, like this. Now coming to tag name, simply write driver dot find element by tag name. That's it. Remove class and make it tag name. Okay. Here I'll make it here by tag name. Okay. Find element class name by class name. I'll make it is uppercase. I'll make it lowercase. Okay. So that is enough. Coming to by link text. So I'll copy paste here driver dot find element by link text. Link text. Okay. Here also I'll remove tag and I'll make it link text. Clear? Okay. Okay. So link text. By link text, I open parenthesis and give that tag. You know how to open the tag and close? Just you need to give that arrows like greater than and lesser than, like there is a tag open and close. And then what is that? Find by partial link text. By partial link text. So here just write partial link text. Driver dot find element open parenthesis by partial link text and link text only. So here link text only. And then CSS. Driver dot find element by CSS selectors. So here CSS selector. Guys, 1 second. Sorry, this is not required here. Link text, and here also it is link text. Sorry. Okay. And tag name. First is okay element ID, and then element name, and then class name and element class. It should be element driver dot find element by class name and open parenthesis. So here element class name is not required. There is some differences here. I forgot. Coming to tag name, driver dot find element tag name. Open that here instead of element, just make it here HTML tag name. That is enough. HTML tag name and link text. Okay, by link text and partial link text and link text. Okay. For CSS, by CSS, driver dot find element by CSS selector, open parenthesis and open the tag and CSS selector. So there is space here, CSS space selector. Now the last one by XPath. We have seen that driver dot find element by XPath, open parenthesis, open the tag, XPath, close the tag and close the parenthesis. Okay, so these are the syntax. Now coming to description, we come one by one. So the first one is by ID. It will be used to locate an element using the ID attribute. Okay, now coming to here, locates on element using the name attribute. That's it. So that is a description for this one. Now coming to by class, locates an element using the class. Locates an element using the class attribute. And then here, what is that? Tag name. By tag name, locates element, locates an element using the HTML tag here. HTML tag. Now another one is driver dot find element with by linked text. Locates a link using locates a link using link text. That's it. Now what is another one here, guys? By partial link text. So here also you can write it locates an element using the partial link text. Locates, sorry, it's not element. Locate. What is that? Partial link text means. So it will locate a link using partial link text. That's it. Okay. So we are left with the two more only. So I'll stop with that. So it locates an element. Locates an element using the CSS selectors. CSS selectors. And now the final one is by XPath. Locates an element using XPath query. Query language, right? XPath is a XPath query. Okay, so these are the methods, syntax and the description Okay, guys. So please capture this one. So these are Java syntax for locating elements using Selenium WebDriver. So I'll write the following tables list all the Java syntax for locating elements in Selenium WebDriver. Okay. So please capture this one, guys. So these are the methods and description and syntax for that. So by probably tomorrow, I'll start with a Selenium program by using all these things. Okay. So that's all for today, guys. I'll stop here for the day. So thank you so much for joining. We'll meet again next class. Good night. Bye.